Hello everyone, this is ICBs here and today it is my job to make everyone mad.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yes, again, and this is not the first time. I made a review about the 5th episode and boy oh boy, you guys did not like that review.
You really are stupid!
I called it a boring episode.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And you guys absolutely clapped back by ratioing my video into oblivion. I don't know how many likes I got, maybe it was 16, maybe there were 6 likes on my video, but I do remember the dislikes. There were maybe 62 or 64 dislikes on that video, which just shows that you guys absolutely love this series and we have a problem because I watched this 7th episode and boy, I don't like it, man. And I know you guys are not gonna like it, but I have to tell you, I didn't like it. But with the comments on my previous 5th episode's review, I loved having a conversation with you guys. I loved talking. I loved engaging in conversations and trying to see what was working and what wasn't working. And even though most of you still disagreed with me by the end of the day, it was nice to have conversation with you guys. But moving on to this episode, I didn't like it, even though my main criticism with the previous episodes were that there wasn't enough action. But this episode, it does have action. But I really didn't like what they did with Muse. Now if you watched my review of the previous episodes, you would know that I was absolutely simping for Muse. I thought he was a great addition to this series. He seemed like a really menacing guy. And I was really looking forward to what Marvel was cooking with this guy. Turns out, not much. Not much at all. And I think my biggest problem is that Muse got a backstory in this episode, which was absolutely not necessary. The reason why I liked Muse was because you didn't knew anything about him. He was an uncertain character with an uncertain past. It's like you watching a horror movie and you don't know where the monster comes from, but that doesn't take away from the quality, it adds to it. It makes the monster look scary. But if you and the monster sat down and had a therapy session, I'm sure the monster wouldn't be that scary. That's exactly what happens in this episode. Like literally, Muse walks into the therapist girlfriend that Matt has and he sits down with her and he shares his past with her. Like literally, what the hell is up with this show where you have a girl that Matt is dating and literally that girl is a therapist who also just coincidentally has Matt's biggest enemies as her clients. Like my sense of disbelief just isn't working anymore. Like this is beyond a sheer fucking coincidence. Again, Muse sits down, he talks about him having a bad relationship with his parents. Garbage. I did not need to know what relationship Muse has with his parents. And if you watched the 6th episode, you guys must be wondering, oh wow, this guy Muse, he really knows how to throw a punch. He's putting up a really good fight with Daredevil. Well, I don't know if I'm laughing or I'm crying right now, but we get an explanation for that as well. Muse got his training because his parents, god damn it, his parents. Okay. Muse learned how to fight because his parent forced him to go to taekwondo classes. That is hilarious. And god damn it, I love this guy. I loved his introduction. What did Marvel do? It kind of reminds me of that Godfather meme when he goes, look what they have done to my boy. That's what I feel like with Muse. Look what Marvel has done to my boy. He was an absolute amazing villain with amazing aura, and this is what Marvel reduced him to. Like I was always wondering, like this series has Kingpin and Punisher, and you also added Muse, which feels like he could be a villain for the entire series. But how will Marvel juggle all of those characters? Turns out Marvel doesn't want to juggle all of them. It will just kill one of them randomly. That's what happens. Like Muse gets killed so unceremoniously in this episode, which is baffling. Like I know that you guys love this series, and I can appreciate the action as well. I love that Matt is wearing the costume more often. I love seeing him fight with this guy who knows how to fight because his parents forced him to take some taekwondo classes. I like that, but I just don't like the overall story, where this show is going. Only 2 episodes remains and my disappointment is piling up. I know that most of you still like it. I keep saying it because I know I'm going to be hearing it from you guys in the comments telling me how my take is the worst one ever, but I'm sorry, but I don't like it. And I think I am entitled to my opinion. In my last review with the 5th episode, I was kind of very whiny and I was basically just slamming on the episode. But this time I think I am trying to be respectful and just saying that it's okay guys, put your guns down. I know you love this show, I just happen to not like it and I am entitled to my own opinion. And one of the things that I actually did like in this episode, well, surprise, surprise, there is actually one thing that I did like from this episode was Vanessa trying to betray Wilson Fisk. And that kind of really came out of nowhere. Like, to be honest, her character actually comes out of nowhere because if you watch the 3rd season of this show, you have, Vanessa who wants to, help Wilson Fisk. She wants to be included in the conversation. That's what she says when both of them kind of reunite finally towards the end of the 3rd season. And that's what Vanessa wants. Vanessa wants to be part of Kingpin's daily life, and then at the beginning of this 4th season, if you want to call it a 4th season, or maybe you can call it a reboot, you have Vanessa running the entire empire of Kingpin all on her own. That's a massive gap in her character development, where she was kind of timid. In the 3rd season, she wants to explore and become slowly part of Kingpin's life. In the 1st episode of 4th season or the 1st season, Born Again, she's already running Kingpin's empire. But yeah, Vanessa actually betrays Wilson Fisk by giving his location to one of the mob leaders, and then he goes and tries to assassinate Wilson Fisk, but it turns out somehow Wilson already knows that Vanessa's betrayed him. And one of the most badass moments was that Wilson actually tells his henchman to call Vanessa to tell her that he's going to pick something up for dinner. That was amazing. It tells that Wilson knew that Vanessa had betrayed him. That is fucking amazing. That is peak Wilson Fisk for me. But the thing is, this small thing that I liked is such a small part of this larger episode. But yes, I just didn't like how they ended Muse. I don't know how they're going to be tying up so many storylines. You have 2 episodes left and we still have the mystery of who murdered Ayala. We still don't know that. We don't know where Punisher is going. Maybe he was supposed to simply make a cameo in this season. Maybe he won't even show up for the rest of the season. Maybe he might show up for the finale, but still no news about him. But yes, those are my thoughts. The more I watch this season, the more I am disappointed over and over again. But yes, still maybe there are 2 episodes left. Maybe Marvel will save it. But then again, I am getting that PTSD when I was reviewing Secret Invasion. I kept hoping that things will get turned around, but they never did. It rarely does with Marvel. But then again, this is a show that everyone likes. I feel like even if it's a show that turns out really badly, I feel like most people will still like it just because Marvel kind of got the tone right a little bit, so people think that it's a good show, but I think it's only surface level deep, and when you look at the story, it's actually not that good. But then again, those are my thoughts, those are my opinions. I am ready for a civil conversation in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.